exciting and new.
Rob, what are you doing?
Rob.
Rob,
I'm just watching The Real Love Boat.
Rob,
I used to love that show when I was a grown adult.
Rob, you don't need to watch the show. We are on a live recap of CBS's new hit reality show, The Real Love Boat.
Oh, let's go. All right.
We're
Welcome.
here.
Yes.
we did it.
Set a course for adventure. We're here to recap The Real Love Boat. Yes, that's right. We are completing the CBS trifecta: Survivor, Amazing Race, and of course, the new hit reality series, The Real Love Boat, set sail on Wednesday night. And by popular demand, we are here to talk about it. People said, boy, this looks like the type of show that Rob and Jenny would cover. People said, boy, this looks like the type of show that Kirsten MacInnis would cover. And look, we're all here to set sail for The Real Love Boat, to cover the premiere. And based on the response to this podcast, maybe more. Let's see.
Perhaps?
Welcome. Let me welcome in the crew. Here we go. Okay. I'm the captain. Okay.
Yes.
I guess probably most likely to be the bartender. It's Jenny Autumn. Jenny, how are you?
Bottoms up. Ahoy, mateys. I don't know.
Yes.
It's not
yes,
that kind
okay.
of boat, I guess.
Yeah, it's a ship. It's a ship, and we're
It's a
shipping
ship.
people
Yeah.
also. Okay. And then I guess then the cruise director is here. It's Kirsten MacInnis. Kirsten, how are you?
I am so excited to be here. I love setting passengers up on dates together. And I think that we can say right here, right now, a boat is just a man-made island, baby.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
true. I'm very delighted that your interpretation of who we are as the crew is totally aligned with what I was thinking.
It's
Because
exactly spot on.
It was kind of easy. Yeah. Yeah. This
It's
is
like-
one of
listen, it's just meant to be, okay? That's just what I'm going to say.
one of the easier ones to do. So
Yeah.
very much looking forward to talking with you both about The Real Love Boat and what's going on. This is, of course, a great podcast to listen to if you have not seen The Real Love Boat, because we will tell you all about it and what is going on with Jerry O'Connell, our new friend, and Rebecca
Bestie.
Romijn, the hosts of The Real Love Boat, and the crew that is trying to get some singles together here aboard a Princess Cruise. We'll tell you how the game works and what happened in night number one. And we're live here tonight on a Thursday night, so we are interactive. We will take your questions as well if you have them in the chat. Very pumped up to talk about all of this. Kirsten, are you a cruise person?
I am the opposite of a cruise person. I prefer to keep my feet on solid land. But I do think that most of my anti-cruise sentiment is because I lived across the street from the cruise ship terminal for a little while here.
Mhm.
So I have
Oh.
heard too many of them departing and coming in. Now that I don't live there, I'm a little warmer on the concept of cruise ships.
Yeah. How about you, Jenny?
I have never been on a cruise. I'm not opposed to it. I think that it's going to take me a while to come back around to it because I definitely carried a really negative thought about cruises because weren't they the breeding grounds for COVID at the beginning?
Look, we're not talking about that. We're not getting
I'm
into
not
that.
saying this particular cruise. I'm just saying.
We're putting my
Lots
fingers in
in-
my ear.
Wait, but wasn't it a thing? Wasn't it a thing 6 months ago where a comedian was on the cruise ship to perform, found out they had COVID and had to stay in the basement?
Shove off, we
alone?
say. That's what we say to you. Okay.
Here's what I think it sounds a lot of fun.
Mm.
I have no idea if I would get seasick. I think it's big enough that
Me
I
too.
probably wouldn't. It seems like a fun time. You're just partying and getting to know people, and you're I don't know,
Right.
going to cool locations.
Like
I
playing
think that I would have
baseball,
fun on a cruise.
going to the pool, doing mini golf. I like these things, you know.
Yeah.
There's
So-
a bartender.
Boy, I mean, they do make the cruise seem very fun on the Real Love Boat, but I have unrealistic expectations now about what it would be like on on a cruise, because I guess that from watching the Real Love Boat, I have these expectations that like, oh, like all the people that work on the ship are going to be very invested in my dating life and my personal happiness. Not to say that, the crew people are maybe a little nosy. They're really like they're kind of like maybe overstep their boundaries, but maybe that's what people want on the cruise.
It's their job, Rob. Come
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah,
it though. Like I like the gossip. I like them
Yes.
getting involved. Like
they're very involved.
They choose who goes on dates. I love that. I wish
Yeah.
we as a group could choose who goes on dates with whom. That would be amazing.
They're very forward. The crew of the Real Love Boat, like they're very much like. Okay, so what's your type? What do you like? Brunettes, blonde? Tell me. What do you like? Tall, short? Tell me. I got a guy for everything.
You like intimidatingly tall? You like approachable tall? You like
Mhm.
something in between? We've got the man for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
there's someone in this cruise somewhere.
We'll
Well, and
hook you up.
apparently there's over 3,000 people on this boat, not including the contestants of the Real Love
Yeah.
Boat. Bartender Ezra was saying that on Twitter last night.
Yeah, Ezra's like lighting it up on Twitter.
Boom.
She's on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ezra is lighting it up on Twitter. I did deploy the follow to Ezra on Twitter.
As did I.
That Ezra,
Oh, damn,
I think
I'm
Ezra
behind.
could use maybe the love on Twitter, because Ezra's just getting it started on Twitter. Ezra just kicked it off with I think I was follower number like 87 for Ezra on Twitter.
What's Ezra's account? Ezra.
If
the
you just search
bartender?
the hashtag, you'll find her. She's all over it.
But that's why we love these shows, because like I feel like we're getting in on the ground floor,
Oh yeah.
And- yes.
It's
okay?
it's like becoming stands of Martin the Butler all over again, Like this is truly, we are on the ground floor of the ship. Is that
Mhm.
a ground deck maybe? I don't
The
know.
gr- the
I don't know what
bottom
they
deck, the lower deck. Yeah.
I don't know how far below.
That's a different
going.
show on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Jerry O'Connell loves it though.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna talk about it all here with you, and talk about how the show is gonna work. Kirsten, you are such a veteran of the dating reality shows. What was your impression of the Real Love Boat?
Honestly, they needed something to fill the gap that Love Island's departure to Paramount Plus left them with. It seems like this is going to be very Love Island-esque in structure. I think it's going to be fun. I actually think it's going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a more PG version of like Love Island,
Yes.
and where Love Island has like started to lean more since going to Paramount.
Yes,
Plus,
I was
'cause
like,
it's
where are the thongs?
yeah, like asses out on Love Island.
Yes.
Everyone
Right.
is extremely H-word earnestly. Whereas I feel like even though like some of the people on this cast are younger, it just has like a different level of maturity. So I think
Yes.
it's like more appropriate for like the primetime CBS audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it in those terms, but I think that where, not to say that Love Island has gone a little bit more in the direction of like the rated R. I think that this is probably coming back a little bit more towards the side of PG.
Yes, and I'm sorry to say it, Jenny. Love Island is the horniest show on television.
Oh,
earnestly.
Jenny, I'm sorry, Jenny.
Is it more than Too Hot to Handle?
I
That's not on
honestly,
TV.
yeah,
That's a
good
good point.
Good
Rob.
point.
That is the
Um,
loophole.
But also the
Mhm.
thing is like Too Hot to Handle, that whole thing is it's like it's a forbidden, so that makes you want it more, Like
Right.
Love Island, it's like you can do it whenever you want, and
Yeah.
they do. But yeah, this is definitely more appropriate to be on at like 8 or 9 on CBS than even like the CBS Love Island was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like
so,
these people, for the most part, seem to have real jobs. I think it. We will discuss what these people do and their stories. But I feel like on Love Island, you're getting like the base is like young 20s, wannabe influencer, extremely hot, lots of
Mhm.
Instagram followers already, but just trying to boost those numbers. And the ones that aren't 21 are like mentally 21.
Mhm.
Whereas like I feel
Yeah.
like this cast, we've got a firefighter, we've got a nurse, we've got like people that work in media, like a basketball coach. Like these are legitimate jobs. I assume that they're telling the truth that they work at these jobs. So I don't get as like hungry for followers quite as
Mhm.
much.
Mhm.
Which means maybe these people are genuinely looking for love. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah. And we do have some people that are definitely outside of the demo for Love Island on the
Yes.
in the contestants, and it almost feels like to me that they kind of like okay, you're the match for this person, you're the match for this person. Like I almost feel like that, even though it is similar to Love Island where people are pairing up and you were having eliminations based off of the pairs, it's almost I kind of feel like that the producers kind of know who's supposed to be with who. Like there might be like one or two people that are like vying for the same person, but for the most part, like people were, sort of like gravitating to, I think, who the producers thought they would gravitate to.
Yeah, I
Well-
think they always have a plan for that kind of thing. But, as we learned on your interview with Jerry, that, they can't actually have a stake in any of this. It would be illegal.
Yes. No, Jenny,
Gotta
when we
keep it real.
we spoke with Jerry O'Connell, it was a very fun interview a couple
So much fun.
last week, and he told us a story about how he like was devastated that with the first elimination that happened,
Mhm.
it had like a huge reaction. Was that to Michael? Was
It was
he
definitely
very
Michael.
Had
he
to
was
be.
very invested
No
in Michael?
You think he's
No
a
offense to
Forrest
Forrest,
stan?
but it's like there's absolutely no way that he was convinced that Forrest was
Oh.
gonna be the big recipient of all the love here. No offense to him.
I loved Jerry O'Connell on this because Jerry was on one the whole episode that he
good.
was like, so like every single thing that happened, he was very excitable about everything. It's like Rebecca Romijn is like the one that's like very like calm and collected, like very like it really holds it down, like very professional. And Jerry is like really the color commentator.
He is so animated, so energetic. Like I want his energy. Where can I get that? But I really do love the dynamic of the two of them as the hosts because you're getting like an inside look on the dynamic of their relationship. It's like very clear that like Rebecca is the one that keeps it together and like Jerry O'Connell is like, ooh, a shiny thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
He's a golden retriever as a human, and I love that. I absolutely adore it.
I think he is a very like giving listener, and he's like very willing to like yes and anything that comes out, anybody that comes out like here's my talent. I can like spin a coin around in a circle on this table. Like, oh my god! Whoa! Holy! Whoa! Ho, ho.
I've never seen a coin spin like that.
Look at it go!
That's it. Now we need a new reality show for that coin.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that. Look, Jerry is very much ensconced in the Paramount and Viacom family, but like if AGT ever like needs a new judge on the panel, like he would fit in great there.
Yeah,
he's like the Paul Abdul.
Yeah, yeah, be very invested, easily impressed for sure,
but it makes you happy, like seeing him smiling and like reacting, because like so much of what happened in this hour of television was extremely uncomfortable, at least for me personally. And he was truly like an icebreaker. Like seeing him react and like make them feel better about the embarrassing things they were doing and saying with his reactions.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Made me happy.
Like,
I was like, what a good person to have around for these people.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we end up meeting our group of singles. We are introduced to them. I think we meet a lot of the women first. There's a lot of talk about how people really like fall in love on a cruise. I am wondering if the whole Real Love Boat might just be a commercial to try to get singles to go on cruises.
I mean, to be fair, one of my aunts worked on cruise ships for a long time, and she is married to a man she met working on cruise ships. So
I also have a friend.
Real.
Yeah, I also have a friend that worked on a cruise ship and married the man that she met on the cruise ship, and they have a kid now. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a thing. That's why I wanted to ask Jerry about it, because I was like, this seems to be an actual thing. And he was saying like he was feeling even more in love with Rebecca while they were shooting the show. So
it's the motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
There's something going on there. Yeah.
Yeah. But like what is wild to me is that like we get to hear that people meet on the cruise and then they come back and get married on the cruise. And then Paolo, the captain, can marry people. Like this is a part I did not know.
I do think that is like an international water thing, right? Where like a ship captain can marry you.
Yeah,
like they don't need to have any sort of like papers.
I think so, and also somehow by proxy, also Jeff Probst can marry people.
I think he probably took like a thing online.
He has a
right?
certificate.
Like, Stephen Fishback also can.
Yes, but that's the dream for the Real Love Boat, that we end this with a wedding at sea.
Or they like the second season, they bring the winning couple from the first season, and then they get married on that ship, and they're like, look, this could be you in this season, because we're going for 2 already, guys.
I have some devastating news, everybody.
Yes.
Oh no. So according to articles as far back as 2001 to 2021, a ship's captain generally does not have the legal right to officiate a wedding at sea. So
even in international waters?
Well, I mean, international waters is fake, Rob.
Oh,
but like,
what about Paolo?
Maybe Paolo got.
I believe him.
Got officiation. I don't know. I hope so.
Yep.
But as a general rule, they can't. I'm so upset.
Kirsten, I'm just saying, okay, we know that America's favorite player, Taylor Hale, won a Princess Cruise for 2.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, maybe if things, escalate for Taylor, Joseph, like, again, I'm not like the cruise director on the Princess Cruise, like, trying to say like, hey, you two, come on, are you gonna get together or what?
You might be.
But you are shipping.
I am shipping in that I want to see them on the cruise ship together, and then they could get married at sea. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could happen, but then my question is, does your wedding need to be officiated by the host of the reality show you met on? Because like technically, like they met on Big Brother. Is that kind of like a cruise? Does Julie Chen Moonves need to be there to officiate?
Julie Chen Moonves only does weddings in a church, Kirsten. Not on a ship. Okay.
A
God doesn't recognize
does God go over the international
love?
Yeah, because he loves love. He loves love, but that has to be in a church. That does not recognize.
He does say love one another.
Love one another. Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
That is the direction. So
it's too bad you're not currently sponsored by that dating app Ship. Hey, Rob.
Yeah. Hey, look, snooze, you lose. Okay.
Wow. What a throwback.
What a throwback. Kirsten, when you do the first episode of these shows, do you talk about all the people?
I mean, in general, I feel like we talk about the people.
Okay, so how about this? Let's just do like a real quick, because there's there's a little bit more to say about some of the people. Let's do like a quick run through of who are the people on the show. Okay. We meet Shaylin, sports radio host. Jenny, your neck of the woods.
Yeah, she's from Toronto.
Yes.
That's amazing. Okay. I love her.
Do you think that Jerry tried to guess what part of Canada she's from?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And he probably, if his first guess is Toronto, then he probably got it. I don't know. But here's the thing is if you're from like the greater Toronto area, you just say Toronto. And sometimes if you're just from Ontario and you're talking to Americans, you just say Toronto, whether you're from Toronto or not. So she might not even actually be from Toronto. But given that she works in sports media, I would think that she probably lives in like one of the bigger cities.
Do you think she knows Kyle Moore?
Did she go to school for
sports media?
Yeah.
And Moose?
Okay.
It's possible. I love her though. I really, really, really like her. And so it made me extra happy that she was also Canadian.
She seemed really cool. Okay. And then we met Jordan second. Jordan that he can get attractive dates, can't keep them. He's a firefighter.
Do you think that Jerry O'Connell asked him what part of Canada he's from? Because
Is he Canadian?
I thought I don't
he's
think
from
he
Windsor,
is.
Ontario.
Oh, is he really?
Oh,
I instantly recognized one of our own. Damn, I was like, what is his
I'm like
accent?
How do
right
you know?
between them.
Like he has an accent.
Oh, you have
wondered
great
that too.
CADAR.
Wow. The
Damn.
Canadians are representing.
Oh my God, look at them go.
Yeah.
Jordan has that thing where he's like, I was like not fit and like I got my heart broken, but then I started working out and I got a bunch of tattoos and now I'm confident. And I'm like, that's a red flag. That is a red flag.
Yes.
Jordan, red flag in general.
But he's hot.
Yeah.
I will
He
say
is
that.
hot. He is absolutely.
You know what? Let me bring up the cast photos. Let me help
perfect.
because I think that for people
will
who
need
didn't
to
watch
see.
the show, yeah, they can see
Okay.
who we're talking about. Okay.
And if anyone is wondering where Windsor is, it's like right across the border from Detroit, basically.
It's actually, I think, further south than California, the northern border of California is.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
That is a fun fact I was not aware of.
All right. Here's
Helpful for
Jordan.
trivia.
Jordan with also displaying incredible man cleavage.
It's an
here.
interesting number of buttons undone
Yes.
in the past
Sword.
photo.
Yes.
I think he contoured the pec.
A very
they're
distracting.
contoured.
Yeah, very distracting for Jordan.
He did rip his shirt off in the one of the opening things. So.
I've seen one button undone. I've seen two buttons undone, but never have I seen this many buttons undone. He's a
that
pioneer.
4?
I think it's
it's
either
4.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the shirt is ready to bust. Like it's
Yes.
the rest of the shirt wants to
Yes.
go with it.
That is a boy's large shirt that Jordan has brought to the Real Love Boat. Okay, but he's ready. He's ready
He
to
looks
go.
good though.
Yeah,
Good
he
for him.
survived the episode. Okay, a little bit
Great
of a cliffhanger
tattoos.
there with him. Okay, all right. Then we got to see, one of our most favorite names to say on the podcast. We had
Emily.
Okay, Emily. That she is a nurse working in L&D. So now I have to ask, my wife is a nurse who has worked in labor and delivery. And I kind of feel like that does not really glamorize having a baby.
Yeah.
Like
I
when
feel
you
like
kill the baby fever, you're like,
nothing-
oh, this is a terrible experience.
I'm
Nothing
really
would
seeing
make
how
you
the
wanna have a
sausage
baby
is
laugh.
literally made
Yeah.
here.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Mhm.
She talks about how she's been on so many cruises but has never found love. But Miss Emily is 24 and has been single since she was 17.
Yes, she's 24. She also tells us that she is a virgin, and she's been single for a long time. You're only 24.
Yeah. Like she acts like she's oh, it's been so rough. I'm 24 and I've been single for so long.
Mhm.
She was
Like
17.
oh,
Mhm.
I had to go to prom with like a friend. Like, oh my goodness.
Mhm.
This must be so terrible for you.
She could have been dating someone at prom and gone with them and just
Oh,
broken
maybe
up since, right?
That was the
maybe
big heartbreak.
maybe she wasn't really in love and did not want to lose her virginity on prom night, and that's the end of the relationship.
that is
you
the
never
story.
know.
She
Okay.
seems very lovely. She seems very well intentioned. I will say, I don't think it's a good like she says I have the baby fever. I just have to find a husband first. I'm like, I just don't think that that's really the way to go into looking for a partner is like I am looking for someone to have children with, and that is like I'll just find somebody. That is
Yeah.
you should it
Well,
gets
look,
really
the bar is
complicated.
A little low, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
need to raise
spend enough time in the glamorous world of childbirth, and you're like, hey, when is that going to be me?
When can
God.
I have all of that going on for hours?
Yeah,
Days,
looks like fun.
possibly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Me.
Let's talk about what, in my opinion, maybe the MVP, one of the stars of the show. All right. Here's Brooke.
Yes.
Okay.
Brooke
Yes.
is 35, which
Yes.
we will not disparage the mid 30s.
Jenny, we would never stop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am mentally not in my 30s, but she's interesting in that she is 35 and she's like, I've been single for a while. And I respect this coming from Brooke way more than
Yes.
Emily.
Mhm.
But what gets me is she's like, I'm still looking for that Prince Charming. Sweetheart, you are 35. You do not, please stop referring to potential partners as Prince Charming. That is your first problem.
Yeah.
These expectations of
I
Disney
know-
Prince.
So
No.
Emily's expectations too low. Brooke's expectations too high. You need to find the happy medium between Emily and Brooke.
Yes.
Yeah. So Brooke is going to have her eyes set on one guy in particular, who is going to be introduced shortly after her, and he's not Mike Tyson, he's Brett. Okay. And he is here is Brett. He is a footwear designer. Okay. And so let me bring up a picture of Brett, and him and Brooke do hit it off pretty well here in the episode. Now, there was a moment when Brett first walks in and there was an introduction between Brooke and Brett.
Hi, I'm Brooke. Nice to meet you.
I'm Brett.
Brett, nice to
Pleasure.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am a girl's girl.
Okay, now Brooke, don't get it twisted.
She's girl.
Brooke's a girl's girl. Okay?
I've heard this. I've heard this before.
She's a girl's girl.
Oh no.
Not a guy's girl, girl's girl.
She's
This
not
can't be
catty. She's
good for somebody.
competitive.
Yeah.
Do you think Brett's like a foot guy?
Well,
I have shoes.
no, I think
I
he
mean,
works
literally,
with
it's
the
his.
Yeah.
I mean, now maybe look, we have Emily to say, because I'm gonna say like when I'm in my spare time, like I don't like to be making podcasts in my downtime. So he works with the foot,
But he doesn't play with the foot.
Yeah, but what if you find
Is that how he got into that business?
a job you love? You never work
Yeah.
a day in your life.
Yes.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
That's
There's a
a
lot
good
of that on the
point.
CBS reality TV these days. So it would, yeah, it's good Wednesday night for it.
I think Brett has other passions that we explore.
Yes. What are Brett's other passions? Singing.
Are we going to address the singing?
All right, we'll get to the
Because I
talent show.
An
tried-
acapella country song.
Yeah.
Literally, my
Okay.
eyes perspired. There was
Not
liquid from my
Mhm.
eyes watching this performance.
Okay. So I think this
Are
is
you
the
okay?
point. Let's just say hello to a couple of the other players that we're gonna see here. Okay. Here is this Alyssa or Elisa?
Elisa.
Elisa. She
Yeah.
is looking for, repeatedly, she will tell us, a Greek god on this Mediterranean cruise.
Yes. I mean, she should just get off the boat then and
Mhm. Yeah.
go to one
Go
of the
to
ports.
Greece.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
She's just waiting to get to that port.
Right. She's going to have a big decision to make in the episode between Michael and Nathan, who is going to show up later. So
Her talent is core strength.
yes,
yeah, she has some talent.
she won the talent show. Yes. Okay. Here's another person here. I believe this is Daniel. Daniel also has a couple of the women vying for him. He does really hit it off with Shaylin. He is a community basketball coach.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Youth basketball coach, I believe. is
Seems
his
like a nice
Chiron.
guy. I think he's 25.
He's 25, but he's an old soul. He's
He
looking
is.
for his wife.
Mhm.
I usually don't like when people call themselves an old soul, but like with Daniel, I actually like felt it. I don't know.
Mhm.
He won me over.
I just normally think if someone says they're an old soul, it's like they've been through some sort of horrible trauma. So now I'm just like waiting like it's a horror movie to find out like what happened to him when he was young.
Boy.
No
We'll get
easy
there.
transition to Marty is here.
Oh God. What is the pose? No.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
have to say this.
Yeah.
I find Marty deeply unsettling, and this did not help.
Why? What do you think the pose is? It's giving. I caught a
doing, like,
firefly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing like the mastermind thing that like it's normally like what like Scott the Virgin on OTT. did in
Yeah,
his
this is like-
intro type thing.
Right. This is like the pose that a person that goes in the last round of the Big Brother draft gets.
He's
No.
scheming. Like
Yeah.
he's scheming, and it's weird.
Guys,
Mhm.
listen, I know what he's doing in this photo. It's a cruise. Germs be flying.
Oh,
He's
Purell.
just,
Yeah.
he's got the hand sanny. He's just making sure he's ready. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That's all
Well, I
that's
don't-
happening here.
Whatever
Yes.
he's ready for, I don't want to be a part of it. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe should that be another one of the jobs on because I watched a little bit. I put on the old Love Boat today, like Jerry O'Connell. I said, let me put on the old Love Boat, and there were a lot more jobs on the old Love Boat, including a doctor. Like maybe there be somebody that like, hey, did everybody use hand sanitizer today?
I mean, there is almost certainly medical professionals on this boat, and we can only hope that the contestants of the Real Love Boat do not need the doctor's services.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Emily was offering her CPR
Oh,
to
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Anyone need mouth to mouth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Here's a guy who, unfortunately, I had to shove off by the end of the episode. It's Michael.
I saw people
went on a
saying he
journey.
looks like you, Rob, on Twitter last night.
What?
I mean, my response to that was for Michael. Sorry for you.
Brian Scally tweeted that he looks like Nick Idanza,
I can see that
Oh.
more.
which
can
I
see
think
that
is
more.
a little bit more apt.
Mhm.
Well, and also people were saying that he looks like he could be related to Paolo, the captain, and then so that there were some
Oh.
questions of nepotism,
Was
Oh,
it a
is it-
conflict of interest?
and perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, like
He had to go
imagine
home.
this is like some dated and related type business going on where it's like your dad is trying to like match you up with
Mhm.
hot singles on the cruise that he's the captain of.
I
Yeah.
don't think the age difference is big enough for father-son between Paolo and
Listen, time means nothing on the waters, Kirsten.
Yeah,
Okay,
of
Paolo,
course, of course.
it means
Yes.
nothing for him.
Yes.
Captains don't age. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. There's also Nicole is here. Nicole had to make a big choice at the end of the episode. She was the last person to pick. That Nicole is a fitness instructor.
I think
Sure.
a fitness, like a bodybuilder. Like
She
I
can
think she
Oh,
does,
yeah, yeah.
humans.
I think she
Yeah.
does the fitness competitions.
Yes.
Can we talk about so how she said that she can lift like twice her body weight, and then to show that she could lift twice her body weight, she lifted Brooke. Like I felt like that was like kind of shady.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was shady to
She's
Brooke.
like, you must be like double my weight.
She should have been squatting one of the dudes or like
Yeah,
lifting one
that
of
would be
the
impressive.
guys,
Yeah.
like who we at least like know.
Mhm.
It's,
Is
like,
she
bigger
also
than
from
her.
Canada is what I wanted to know, because
Oh,
there was a
God.
Oh.
point where someone said, "Oh, hey, Miss Canada." And it was to her, and I was like, "Are they mixing her and Shaylin?"
She's from
up?
Vancouver, British Columbia. Boy, is this
Okay.
why there's no Canadians on Survivor? We use them all on the Real Love Boat.
Honestly, that could be it. That we should
Mhm.
explore
Listen,
this
we're-
more. It's
We're coming for all of the titles, okay? So
Mhm.
just watch out. The Real
Watch
Love
out.
Boat.
The Real Love Boat winners will be Canadians if
Mhm.
CBS reality TV has taught me anything. All right, so those are our original 10 that we see. Okay, so Jerry and Rebecca set the stage, and they basically say they're gonna do things, of course, that they've been together for 15 years, and they're gonna help everybody find a connection, and they are going to ultimately get people together. But if somebody doesn't find a match, people will be left at the port,
yes.
as Jerry explains it.
Sad face emoji, everybody.
Yeah.
That face emoji.
Mhm.
Before we get into this, can I just say I really loved that Jerry and Rebecca said, you know what, we will not greet the contestants. They can all enter separately. They will be greeted by Paolo, Matt, and Ezra, and we'll join later. Well, look, we're busy right now. I
Mhm.
love that from them.
Yeah.
Listen, they were
Quiet
they were
quitting.
busy enjoying, the romance.
They
the
were working
feelings.
on, probably they were in meetings trying to figure out what their tagline was going to
Yeah.
be.
Took a lot of work, apparently.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to figure that out. And look, you don't want to come onto the boat and then take the jobs of all the people that work on the boat.
Yeah.
You want to make a good first impression too.
Well, Rob, have you ever been on a cruise? Like, I'm wondering,
I have
how
not.
much personal greeting do you
I
get
don't know.
from the staff on a cruise ship? Like, when you walk on, is it like someone specific, like, hello, Rob, we've been waiting for you?
Yeah, come
It's
aboard.
giving White Lotus, like,
Oh.
which I don't know that is a good thing. I
Mhm.
feel like this could get very dark.
Yeah, but I feel like that this is setting like some unrealistic expectations of like people that go on cruises now. I feel like there's gonna be like like talking to like the crew people, like, hey, like, you got anybody for me to date here?
But people are gonna think there's only 12 people on a cruise when in reality
Yeah.
there's thousands.
I was thinking about this. Like, I do kind of feel bad for the other people that are on this cruise that are not the contestants on the Real Love Boat. Like, I feel like this is like probably like really like a commotion.
Mhm. They're like, oh, I want to go get a drink on the Lido deck. It's closed again for a ceremony. Damn it, I have to go somewhere else.
Another
like, when you
talent
go-
show.
When you go to get a drink, like Ezra's too busy, like trying to meddle in other people's business and like shining the same martini glass
Mhm.
like,
Well, so wait,
over and over.
this is a great question. So we already know, like, Paolo's a real captain, like captain of the ship. Do Matt and Ezra work for Princess Cruises, or do they work for the production of the Real Love Boat? Because imagine if you are a bartender on this cruise and you see your colleague just gets to go F off and be on TV and set people up, and you're like, well, now I have to make the drinks of 2 people.
Yeah, I
Should've
am
been
under
more
the
charming.
impression they are very much the actual like people that work on the boat. Now they did bring in Isaac, the original bartender, TV bartender. Now maybe he was able to help out.
They had
I
him
didn't see
actually
him
making
pour
another
drinks.
bartender.
one drink.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I think
Yeah.
that's the only problem with the show is that so much happens that they just can't show us everything, you know? We only
Mhm.
got like
I
one
think
brief
that
moment
must
with
be what's
Isaac.
going on.
That's probably what's going on. Okay. We got a talent show. All right. Jerry's saying, okay, time for the icebreaker. All right. Who's going to be the catch of the day? And the reality shows, they love an icebreaker. Show us your talent. We saw Brett sing a country song. And again, Jerry, what a giving audience, because he was earnestly into Brett's song. Like,
Jenny cried.
Jenny
I
cried.
I did cry.
Yes.
It
Okay.
was-
Because she's been listening to so much Jason Aldean recently.
I've been
Oh.
listening to Logan Crosby. Let's get it. Let's
Don't
get
get it
it
twisted.
straight. Yeah, I wasn't even getting country from it. It was so strange. Rob, please tell me you clipped this.
That I didn't, but I can.
Oh
I
my
can pull
God.
it up.
Wow.
I can
If
pull it up.
anyone can, you don't have to go and watch the whole episode, but just the moment of him singing and
I mean,
Jerry,
He had to
being
stand
the
up
best.
and be the first talent in the talent show, not knowing what the like different talents were going to be. Like, this just made me panic because I was like, what if I end up on an impromptu talent show and I have no talent? What, do I just pretend I like am a writer and say like roses are red, violets are blue? Like,
New fear unlocked. Like,
Mhm.
what happens if I'm in an impromptu talent show?
who knew that this could happen? But now
Yeah.
we know that it can, obviously.
Mhm.
And it
Okay.
could happen on a princess cruise.
It could happen. Okay. Because the show treated it like they kind of like I thought they were gonna give us either like, is this gonna be like William Hung, or this is gonna be like this was like earnestly like very, very good. And I feel like the show kind of like half-assed it. Only Jerry O'Connell like saved it from that, like that we're like, oh, is this actually really bad? Okay, here is a little bit from Brett.
Running free in the mad waters, drinking tequila and a little red wine, kissing you, you kissing me.
Did he say tequila
Anywhere
in
next to
a
you
little
is
red
where I
wine?
wanna be.
Tequila
That's
and
And a little.
I
it
thought he
sounds
said
like a
in because
bad
that's an
hangover.
interesting cocktail.
yeah, Ezra's like, no, they can't do that.
No.
Shut it down.
Like, we
Shut it down.
don't-
Tequila and red wine? No.
That's not on the menu.
But
Um,
for an impromptu talent show, he did have the cowboy hat.
I think he might be like a cowboy hat guy.
Oh,
But then he's like a
Yeah.
sneaker guy. I'm like,
Pick a lane.
I just, I don't know. It just seems like a weird combo. Like, where's the boots?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And then very appropriately, Then we get actually, so Nicole is next. Okay, Nicole, that she is an entrepreneur. She's been bodybuilding for 10 years. She lifts Brooke. Okay. We talked about that moment. All right. Now, this was, I think, a bad call from Michael, who comes up. Michael starts with absolutely no one. Michael talks about, I am a bad boyfriend and I am a gaslighter.
But he's working on himself and he went to therapy.
I gaslight often was a real quote from this man. Sweaty.
It's very sweat. Why did he have underboob sweat? Like just like
he had
right on the
neck
shirt.
sweat.
That is a concern on this show. Like, I kind of feel like that. I don't know if there's like a wardrobe person on the crew, but like a payroll.
The elements.
Well, that's
There
why
were
Jordan unbuttoned so much.
Yeah,
to
there were a
avoid the
lot
sweat.
of men in like cotton pastel. And it was giving a lot of like pit stains and all sorts of like I think that maybe you wanted to wear darker colors. I know it's hot in the sun, or maybe some different fabrics.
It's
like,
real, baby. You know.
It is real, and there's definitely some concerning wardrobe moments, but like at least with like Pitt, it's like you could just like keep your arms together and maybe things will be. But like Buddy had like straight up like under boob sweat, and like listen,
It's not comfortable.
I
Like, I
understand.
feel for him.
It sucks, but
Poor Michael.
But
nothing went right for him.
who is just coming out with I am a
gaslight
big
often.
gaslighter.
I will
I've
gaslight
been
you.
doing that.
You
But-
can't trust me.
Yeah. Kirsten, was this maybe like kind of like negging the women of like I'm a bad boy. You can't handle me. I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, well, first of all, there's a rule against saying bad boy, and you know that.
Bad guy, I said. though.
But then you said bad guy. I think in general, you never hear someone saying, "Oh, the ladies love a bad guy." Like I don't think that's a thing. So I think you should have not done that.
Okay, but here's the thing, and this has worked on me in the past.
Oh no.
The reformed bad boy.
Oh yes, that's what Vetus said once upon a time.
No,
not your cat, Kirsten.
I had a crush on Vetus because of the reformed bad boy.
He said women love the reformed bad boy.
It's
Let's
true,
he's
though.
complicated. Let's give him a chance.
He's working on himself. He's got some darkness and depth to him, but he's changing, and I can change him.
I mean, he straight up
gonna
said he's
change
in
me.
therapy. That's a green flag.
That's a green flag, but also coming out with a gaslight often is still a red flag.
Yes.
So we're like somewhere in this like weird, what's red and green together?
It's like brown.
Like an orangey brown color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not good.
It's a shitty color.
Kirsten, what about that he wrote a poem then?
Was that a poem?
Mhm.
Or was that word salad?
Let me see. I think I could play it for you. That he's okay. So here, you want to hear back from I gaslight often?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Here's Michael's whole spiel. Okay.
So I'm gonna go a little honest with you for a minute here. I haven't been the most perfect man in my last relationships. I'm Michael. I'm 35, born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
In my last relationship, I was not a great boyfriend by any means.
All right.
Narcissistic, manipulative. I would gaslight often, and I hated the man that I was.
Okay, so he didn't say I would gaslight often to the women. Like he just said that in his confessional.
Well, and to be fair, okay, as someone who has once
the mirrors.
been presented on reality TV as manipulative, vindictive, all of that in one sentence, he may not have said that all in one sentence. That could have been a Frankenbite.
Okay. All right. Well, here is his poem.
A poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm here to find real love, and I hope you are too.
Oh, I mean,
the most basic rhyming words of all time.
Hey, at least it rhymed.
If you're starting with roses are red, violets are blue, you better hit him hard with those last two lines.
You better.
And he did not.
He should have been.
He's looking for real love. What more can you ask of him?
No. if this is his talent, he needed to throw that away. I would rather him gaslight me as his talent than this poem. Like, please.
I mean, I think he did gaslight us as his talent. Like, was he really looking for
It's a
real
poem.
love?
Like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's a poem. I wrote it. Oh my
Okay.
god.
All right. Well, I wrote in my notes at this point. Yeah, folks are sweaty. People are sweating.
Sweaty.
Yeah, because you know it's
sweaty.
also it's very hot and humid, and it's also nerve wracking to go impromptu talent show.
Well, it seems like they were not advised in advance that they would need to have a talent prepared.
That's why
which
it's
is
impromptu.
so hateful. Like, that is the worst thing
Yeah.
you could do to someone.
Okay. Well, don't
It's a
worry.
new fear.
Because Brooke is up next. Okay. And Brooke does have a talent. She's 35. She loves glitter and she has a special talent. Here is what Brooke is bringing to the table.
Ever since I was a child, I would talk to dolphins and they would talk back to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That is
Is
Brooke's,
that what dolphins sound like?
this is Brooke's dolphin talk.
Sounds like someone like cranking like a nut and bolt or something.
Oh my God. Okay.
Not cranking a nut.
Please stop cranking that nut and bolt.
She was going for it though.
Yeah. And
And
somehow Brett was like, "Oh my God, this woman is fascinating."
I
But
mean,
also
do
reminds me
you
of my
not think
mom.
she's fascinating from that? I thought
I
that was very fascinating.
It was a fascinating choice. I
Okay.
was glued to my seat watching this.
What was I actually slowed down my video to 0.7
Mhm.
just so I could enjoy it for longer.
You should like watch like what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing with her mouth to make those beautiful noises.
That's what got
So we can
Brett's
recreate it.
attention.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What
All right.
that mouth
What
do.
else can she do?
Then did Marty come out with another poem?
Yeah. His was better though. At
But
least.
like, not good. The bar was in hell, and he
Mhm.
stepped over it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we had another poem come up. Then we had Shaylin with a basketball. I thought she was gonna do kind of like a trick. It was giving Louise from the first episode of Claim to Fame, Jenny.
Yeah, well, there was no basket for her to attempt to make basket. So what else do you do with the basketball?
She spun around and caught it behind her back.
Mhm.
Come
Yeah.
on. That
but
was
I would
probably
have
better
loved to see the
than-
spinning on the finger, and I don't think we saw that.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Did we?
No,
I don't remember.
no. Okay.
It was better than anything that Rob
yeah.
probably saw in Airbud this weekend.
Yes, yeah, Airbud could do very
Very
few
little
tricks. Very
basketball.
few tricks. That was Airbud was like an hour and 25 minutes of hype to see 3 minutes of a dog playing basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then Daniel danced. Emily, what did she do?
Emily do?
Emily. I don't remember. I just remember
They
talking
might
with
they
doing
might have
mouth
gotten into
to
like a
mouth.
montage a little bit.
I don't think she did anything.
Okay,
didn't write it
and then we
down.
closed it out with Elisa, who did some performative yoga.
She did. So it was
Pilates,
Pilates. And
yes.
so literally she just exhibited core strength. And they were like, whoa.
Yes,
It did
but-
something with the core.
Yes,
I
yeah, she did something with the core. She actually was able to do a pose where that she was able to put her legs all the way back behind her head. And after seeing
yoga,
that
that was-
demonstration,
Yeah, in yoga, that's called plow pose.
plow pose, and then right after that, all the men voted her the catch of the day.
Yeah.
And apparently everybody was voting for catch of the day. So I'm like, was there also a male catch of the day and we just didn't get to see?
No.
I think that maybe you could vote for a guy or a girl.
Yes, this was
And that
Wi-
maybe some of the girls were
women
also like,
supporting women's talents.
Exactly.
Well,
Yes.
we've got a
Look at the
girl's
girls'
girl on
girl.
deck. So
girl on the ship. Okay. All right. Jerry was impressed also for the plow pose.
Who wasn't? And then she
I
ended
mean,
up in
I was
both. Like, listen, I couldn't do that.
Okay. All right. Elisa, is it Alyssa or Elisa? All right.
Elisa.
Okay. Elisa.
Mhm.
Okay. So she won catch of the day. And she's gonna get to go to the captain's table, and Jerry and Rebecca are gonna throw a party. And at the party, look who's here! It's Ted Lance from the original Love Boat.
The best part is that like any of them pretending that they have like that they watched the Love Boat,
Right.
that they really know who this man is. They're like, oh, it's a bartender. Finally, Ezra hasn't given us anything to drink.
Did somebody ask for a bartender?
Yeah.
And he's teaching them about love. You know, the biggest
Yeah.
thing is you have to listen. If you listen, you'll find love.
That's right.
If you listen to this podcast, you'll find love.
That is what we're promising.
Okay. All right. So now Elisa, she could pick from the guys that she's already met, or okay, it's a dating show. Let's bring in some new guys. Let's bring in some studs. Okay.
Two new bombshells.
Two new guys. All right. Kirsten, I gotta hear what you have to say about Nathan.
So, okay, I am confusion about Nathan, and I would love if you two could clarify. So his job is listed as safety sales, but all he talks about is playing baseball, and at one point was possibly in like a professional baseball jersey in his intro package. So
I think he played college ball, and I think it didn't go anywhere. And so now he's like, I need some other meaning in my life.
God, okay, because I was a little confused because I was like, how bad of an like a Major League Baseball player do you have to be to then end up in safety sales? Like that's what I was concerned about.
Okay.
It's no elevator sales.
I was like, is he famous? Did Jenny and Rob know who this person is?
No,
like,
no, I have no idea. And
I don't think he was in the major leagues.
I find men with biceps that large terrifying.
Okay. All right. So okay, that's no good. Okay. You didn't
Not
like
for
him as
me
much as Lisa did.
personally.
Okay. And then here was another guy, Forrest. We barely knew you. We never knew the forest from the trees.
Yeah, he was hardly on the show. Did not make any connection with anyone.
But he and I were like peas and carrots. That's all.
Yes, you. That's true. Yes.
He had to get off the ship so he could run.
Yes, they run him right off the ship in the first episode. So here are the two new guys, and so now Lisa could pick from one of them, but she surprisingly picks Michael. Okay. There you go.
She had at least spoken a word to him, I would assume, at this point. But we also shouldn't be putting too much trust in Elisa's like instincts. So.
I mean, like captain's dinner feels like a big commitment. What, you want to end up at a dinner with the captain who you don't know and a man you've never spoken to before? Like that's a high pressure situation.
I gotta say, I think part of the downside of going on one of these cruises seems to me like you gotta listen to like I know listening is the most important thing, but it's it seems like you're really listening to a lot of like cruise-splaining of life. Like you really gotta listen to. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. The lifeguard wants to talk to me and give me some more pointers about everything.
Well, you truly couldn't understand what life and love is all about unless you have like worked on a ship. So
the housekeeper comes into your room. It's like, let me tell you something about, I make all the beds in the hotel, so I know a lot about life.
They know about the marital bed as a result.
I know about the marital bed. Okay, I've seen a lot.
And
of
they
people...
say never go to sleep mad. So. When you lay your head down tonight on this nicely fluffed pillow,
it's
just
like
wanted more towels.
On a cruise. Like, what's the size of a bed for these people? Are they all like?
Oh, I bet they're small.
Bunking together in little bunk beds.
They're on bunk beds. Yeah.
We did not see the crew, or the I don't want to say the crew quarters, the quarters for the people on the Love Boat. But that's what everybody always says about like the cruise ships. It's like the rooms are very small.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't spend hardly any time in your room.
That's how they get you. Yeah.
I mean, they should make you want to if you're coming for love.
Hey,
wink.
Okay. All right. So Elisa and Michael are at the captain's table. Let love guide you. Okay. Now
It's like I've known
then-
this man for 2 minutes. I'm not letting Love guide me just yet.
but then like a little bit after that, we're seeing where then my notes are a little bit all over the place here. So all right.
So was the show, so it's okay.
Yeah. They were talking about like what's people's type and like who's gonna get with who. But Elisa is still on the date with Matt, and so they're talking about what's your biggest fear in life. Okay, and so we get that for Michael.
They had to show this because Michael leaves in the end.
Yes,
His biggest fear is regret.
His biggest fear is regret. It's regret. But put a pin in that. Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
Good
Michael's
answer,
biggest
Great
fear
answer.
is regret. Elisa, what is her biggest fear? What is her biggest
Ants.
fear?
What about you, though? Biggest fear.
It's ants.
No explanation.
He was probably supposed to be on Big Brother and then got moved to the Real Love Boat.
Once
Like,
they
oh, we
heard-
can't put her in there.
Once she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm
No.
not gonna go in there.
Psychological torture.
Yeah, her
Listen.
biggest fear is ants.
I have ant trauma, so I like kind
Okay.
of I kind of understood where she was going.
Now,
Is that your
Jenny-
biggest fear?
I wouldn't say it's my biggest fear though.
So,
but I
I-
do have some trauma around ants.
So I was talking about this conversation, and in retelling this, the person I was talking to said, "Well, is it maybe AUNTS? Is it possible that actually like my uncle's wife is insane?"
Terrible. I fear her.
Mhm.
I mean, probably just as much of a threat as ants actually are, but it's not a rational fear, but it's a fear for people. People are afraid of bugs, and ants are crazy.
Jenny, would you rather deal with one giant size ant and let it kick your ass, or keep your current condition with ants, or do an impromptu talent show?
Honestly, give me the talent show.
Oh my god.
Listen, I am the queen of winging it. I'll figure something out. Okay.
Yes,
I'm
the
sure I
queen
have
ant.
a talent I didn't realize.
Wow. I mean, I feel like you could do if listen, if Brett can do whatever that song was, you could pull out like a wand off or something that you've done.
Perhaps.
Mhm.
I don't think anyone should want that, but
I want
I'd
nothing
figure it
more.
out. I could probably come up with a poem on the spot that is like worlds more creative than either of those two
Yeah,
poems. we heard.
Jenny, you wouldn't just like do the acapella? You can call Dr. Mike.
I mean, I probably would. They'd be
I
like,
would
what the
do a-
hell is this woman talking about?
I would do a podcast for my talent.
Okay. All right. So we then have okay. Meanwhile, all right. So then Ezra is talking to is this talking to Michael? I think I got some of the guys' names confused in my
They're all just like the most
We don't know
basic
them
names
yet.
you've ever.
yeah.
And they're
Okay.
they're all names we've heard like on recently
Oh,
on like reality
yeah.
TV shows.
Okay. Yeah. So then we have like a whole segment on like Daniel and Shaylin.
Yeah.
And Ezra's always like, "Hey, you got to shoot your shot." She's got one piece of advice, Ezra.
And she follows it. She's shooting her shot on Twitter every day.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And killing
No, I
it.
like it. She's
Killing it.
she's encouraging stirring the pot, and
Mhm,
that's what we want.
mhm.
I want this woman serving them alcohol and then encouraging them to do something with their liquid courage, and that is great television for me.
Okay. I felt like that the crew is a little gossipy. Like I feel like there's a lot of like the crew like talking about everybody.
Well, so that's where we get a whole scene of the crew talking about who they think will get along with whom. Ezra is like pushing for Elisa and Michael to be together. The captain's kind of like, I don't know, that dinner didn't go great. And then they just pick who goes on dates, and everyone gets assigned a date and a date partner by the crew.
Boy,
They have power.
yeah, your life is in their hands in
But
more ways than one on this boat.
I don't
Ship.
hate it because, as we've seen on these shows, people do not make good decisions for themselves. They gravitate towards the same type of person that they always gravitate towards, which is usually driven by some sort of physical attraction, and it's never a good idea. And at least you have these like apparently unbiased outside people that are maybe observing things that might, like good vibes. And so I'm fine with this kind of production interference.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple other situations to monitor. Okay. Jordan and Nicole are working out. And so, Nicole's a little wary about Jordan. He seems like a guy who could break her heart. Maybe he's a player.
I can see like I mean, again, his intro package was a little red flaggy for me with I had no confidence. So I got hot and buff and got tattoos. So now I'm ready for love. Like,
I mean, Nicole says she is a sucker for a guy with tattoos. So maybe this was the perfect matchup.
Yeah, look at the tattoos.
But
on
I
Jordan.
do think like when they're talking about setting people up on dates, I feel like they really were just like, Nicole and Jordan both like to go to the gym. We should send them on a date together.
Okay. All right. We also then saw Marty and Emily connecting, and they were doing some mini golf, and Marty's going to shoot his shot too.
I mean, we all saw this coming a mile away. Like this is going to be the couple of this cast.
You think so?
The edgic of the show is indicating, yes.
Oh, wow.
And it will be boring because they just like each other. And, there might be, the drama will be like, I don't know, maybe the age difference and that she's a virgin.
The age difference didn't really come up, I feel like.
I know. The age difference came up with Shaylin and Daniel, and
they're 4
the
years
age difference
apart.
is like 4 years apart.
Yeah.
Whereas like I feel like 24 and 33 is like a bigger, more worth discussing.
That didn't come up.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that didn't come up, and then her being a virgin didn't come up with.
Though. There needs to be a storyline.
Yes.
Because these two are probably going to stick together for a while.
I mean, they're probably going to win.
Wow.
That's my theory.
You two don't have spoilers, do you?
Absolutely not, Rob.
No.
I don't even know how many episodes this
you
thing
don't go
goes
to
for.
reddit.com/r/spoiled real love boat.
I am now.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't think that exists yet. But I would not partake because I have journalistic integrity, Rob.
Okay, yeah. Don't get the spoilers. Okay. All right. And then we also get Elisa and Nathan is in the hot tub. Okay. Now, Elisa, she was the same person. She went on the captain's dinner with Michael. Told him confided in her fear of ants. Okay. But Elisa's like, I guess Nathan does kind of fit the definition of a Greek god. He's not really
he does not look Greek
not
whatsoever.
Really coming off too Greek to me.
No.
He's a little bit like a young John Rocker to me, but okay. Sure. Okay. And now look, maybe it's not all about looks. It's not a physical thing. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm seeing the John Rocker more now. Oh no.
Nathan has a great personality too. Okay. Because he really wins Elisa over when they talk about what is he looking for in a woman?
Is there any things you look for in a girl?
Big butt, I'm not gonna lie.
He likes big butts and he cannot lie.
I really like her question. Is there anything you look for in a girl? Implying that it is possible to have nothing that you look for.
Like, what's the number one most important quality for you?
Girl.
Big butt. I'm not gonna lie.
He hasn't even seen hers yet. It's okay that he said it because he hasn't seen her butt yet.
Like, easy, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
This was so rough, and from the perspective of Michael, she picked this guy. This is what she picked over Michael.
Listen,
How
this
bad
man
did that
told
dinner
me,
go?
This man told me he gaslights often. He called himself a narcissist,
That's
and I
true.
was still rooting for him over
Yes,
this man.
over this man.
See, he's a good gaslighter. That's dangerous. He made us root
It
for
worked.
him. Now,
Yeah.
while they're on their hot tub date, I guess Michael doesn't get to go on a date. He just sits at the bar and talks to Ezra. And Ezra's like, they're on a date right now. You could go interrupt.
Yeah.
I really think you should shoot your shot and interrupt this date.
Yeah.
And I said, yes,
You cannot
Ezra.
Do
take the
it.
Blair
Hot
advantage.
girl.
Yes, choose chaos. Go, yes, Ezra. But he's like, yeah, that's not really my thing. I'm sort of like conflict averse. I don't really.
I
want,
bet old Michael would have done it though.
Oh, do you think he changed? He made himself worse.
Michael, before therapy, would have for sure interrupted that date.
Yes.
Toxic Michael definitely would have done it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna do that. Nathan, we got back to Nathan and Elisa in the hot tub. Nathan tells Elisa, yeah, I've got an older brother. He's the smart one. I'm actually the definition of a dumb jock. This is he says this about himself.
Self-aware king.
Yes.
I guess, yeah, he knows what he's bringing to the table, and it's just his body, apparently. And
Mhm.
that's not even for everyone.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Okay.
we knew he was not smart when he was asked, what are you looking for? And he said, big butts.
Not gonna lie. Yeah. All right. So we get to our ceremony here. Is there a name for the ceremony?
it's the isn't it the sail away ceremony?
I believe it is the sail away
Okay.
ceremony.
Yes.
We get a little bit of the men, two battering rams, Michael and Nathan, talking about who is Elisa gonna pick. In hindsight, Michael comes off looking kind of bad here. That he says he's very confident, though.
I mean, they both were like, flexing here, where like Nathan's like, yeah, I think you got a little bit of competition, and Michael's like, I'm confident. Like,
Yeah.
this
he
is
was
just
wrong.
what
Yeah.
happens when you have like,
Oh, I know.
they're whipping it out and they're measuring it.
Every
No,
day.
no,
Every
no.
day. You have no idea what it's like.
You're dealing with this all the time.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I really liked how everybody gets a chance to plead their case to everyone, and only Marty was like, I'm going to use this opportunity to directly appeal to the girl that I like. Everyone else was just kind of like, maybe someone will pick me. Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
They're hedging their bets just in case, because I guess like no connection was quite as clear from the beginning as Emily and Marty. Can we talk about the bingo balls?
Yes, let's do that,
Yes.
because Jerry O'Connell sets this up and says, all right, now it's time for another iconic cruise activity, bingo. I'm like, boy, we're really not selling the Princess Cruise here. This is not sounding super duper fun.
I love bingo.
Also love bingo.
I've never once won a bingo. We used to play like kids bingo at the rec center. I go to the bar for music bingo. I love bingo, and I have never once had a bingo.
Okay.
Oh,
Keep trying.
Kirsten.
One day,
I know,
Kirsten.
it's so sad.
I'm rooting for you.
Mhm.
It's really sad.
Bingo is fun. Like, it is definitely an elderly leaning activity in terms of, but also I feel like, aren't cruises a little bit like
Yes,
what is the
yes.
target demographic for this show is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I think that probably
Me?
I think we're
Yes.
probably
This
skewing
group
towards
here.
I guess that like maybe they feel like, okay, well, maybe all right, it's on part of our reality block, so maybe we're gonna get like the young like Love Island crowd, but then also people that remember the old Love Boat.
Yeah, because there's like a nostalgia like factor here, and like the people that are younger and are just like, oh, I like all these like trashy dating shows, are not going to connect with that part. But
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just like, I really think it's trying to be like the dating reality show for everyone, you know?
Mhm.
It has something
And
for everyone.
I love that for them. But yeah,
Yes.
I just, at least because in these other shows, so the bingo balls are meant to, so obviously we know Elisa picks first because she's
Yes.
the catch of the day or the week. I don't know, it's been several days at this point. And and but then the rest of the order is determined by the bingo balls. And I appreciate this
love it.
because in all of these other shows, it seems completely arbitrary, probably decided by production.
Mhm.
Like what is going to, and like like when you have a situation where, you know, Shaylin and Nicole are both interested in Daniel, it's like, who's gonna get picked first? Whereas like if you know that it's like production driven, it's like, you know what they're going to give. I kind of like that it's like up to chance. I don't know. Does
I love
Can I ask one question though?
Of course.
Why are there so many bingo balls? There's only 5 women.
Because you need the drama of lots of
But are there,
tumbling.
as somebody who has a container full of ping pong balls, okay, so like, well, what's it like? Or were they just like, all right, okay, oh, it's Elisa again. All right, throw this one
Yeah.
out. Okay.
I mean, well, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. There's like 7 ping pong balls for each woman. Well, like, why wouldn't you just have like one for each woman?
The
I
drama.
think judging by the voiceovers in certain cases, I think that just they cut anything that did not need to be there. And so if it was a blank ping pong ball, Jerry probably put it back in.
Yeah. Also very
Probably
windy
do
on the
it.
ship that day.
So windy.
And ping
It
pong
looked
balls
like
are
everyone
light.
was like moist too.
I would
Like,
not be surprised if the next ceremony takes place someplace indoors on the ship.
Yeah.
It's a new show. They are learning as they go,
Yeah.
and I have nothing but respect for their efforts.
They were like some of the women were like having to like pin their dresses like to themselves
Mhm.
because they were like trying to not fly open and
Mhm.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for the
Okay.
show.
All right. So, all right, it's time to pick. Okay. And so because Elisa is going to go first, okay? She could pick newcomer Nathan. Okay. Kind of took a lot of the drama out of the ceremony after that.
Which is why I'm like wondering this is it production driven or not? Because I think that because obviously like the bingo balls could just be nothing and they're just like trying to make it look like it's random and they could still do whatever they want. But it's like, why would you do that so early and have her pick Nathan and then you're like, well, Michael's probably going.
I don't think it was a production choice. I think
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I think they
It's the real love boat, okay? All of
it's
this is
real.
very real.
I mean, I think like the problem is that she won the catch of the days, and so she got to go first, and she just happened to be the only one
with any drama
had like a dramatic choice to make. So I think in the
I have a
future
bird brain.
we could get more dramatic ones. You don't know how about stop that? Please be nice.
I
to my
forgot
friend
that she
Jenny.
had to pick first. That is very true. But yeah, it did. Well, also, they could have built up the fact that there was maybe a chance that Nicole might pick Michael because then we got like this confessional from Nicole being like, I was kind of interested in Michael, but like I haven't really talked to him. It's like, if you wanted there to be a little suspense, I would have liked to have more of a storyline for Nicole possibly picking someone besides Jordan.
Yeah.
We didn't get like anything from Nicole really, which made it hard for her to be the last pick for there to be any sort of drama. But like truly, we knew what Emily was going to do. We knew what Brooke was going to do. And then the only other drama besides Elisa getting to choose between Nathan and Michael is that Shaylin and Nicole both wanted the same guy. So then once, you know, Shaylin goes third, it's like, well, what's Nicole supposed to do here?
Yeah. Okay, so Elisa picks Nathan. Okay, then we see Emily picked Marty. Shaylin picked Daniel. Brooke picked Brett, and then it comes down to Nicole, and that she says first that Jordan came on too strong, but then she chose Jordan.
She's still hoping for Daniel. She just needs to pick. You have to be in a couple. So she picked Jordan and she's still trying for Daniel. I like that.
This was kind of rough for Forrest and Michael. Your cruise ends here. It's time to shove off.
And she said it. You know, Rebecca really
She
said
really
it.
did that.
Yep. Jenny, it's kind of a bummer for you. You know, you get on the Real Love Boat one place and now it's like, okay, shove off. And they just like drop you off in some
Wherever.
different European destination. Like, this was not where I flew in from.
Yeah.
Do you think like the eliminated people get to go on like a trip, like the pre-jury trip on Survivor?
Well, I think the trip is, I think they probably let them back on the boat. I think they're probably like
Wow.
on another level.
If
Yeah.
they are back on the boat, then there is scandal. I am sure of it.
Unless they fly them home from where they are,
guess they
but
could.
They must, right? I
my God,
love
what if
I
they let
love
them
the
back
thought
on
of
the
them
ship?
getting back on the boat.
I think
They just had to
probably-
move to a
revolving
different
door.
cabin, like to the part where
You're in
all
the
the other
kid
like
zone now.
crews. Okay,
Yeah.
but wait, imagine this, okay? Michael is eliminated. They leave him at the port for the shot. They let him back on the cruise ship. He moves to a cabin with the Gen Pop on the cruise ship. And then he finds love on a
Mhm.
princess cruise. Imagine
Wow.
a better love story.
Wow. All right. So I guess we're gonna wait for either Michael or Forrest to do an AMA on the Reddit
R
Real Love
slash-
Boat. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be waiting.
I'm ready.
We'll be
I'm
waiting for that.
honestly like I was sad for Michael. I was
Yeah.
pissed off because Elisa was like, I am picking this person. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun adventures. Everything she said about Michael was like, we have so much in common. We're both
Mhm.
like adventurous. We got nothing from Nathan except for that he apparently looks like a Greek god. Not true.
No.
Um, and is dumb as a
And likes
stump.
butts.
And likes
And
big
likes-
butts.
And he cannot lie, which I guess maybe she's looking for someone honest. And
Yes.
so, but like, I just felt like the setup for who she was picking was like, it was like a knife in, you know what I mean? Like she was turning the knife a little bit because I felt like that sounded so much like she was going to pick Michael. She was saying the things that she said to him that they had in common. And then it's like, I'm going to pick this dumb guy over here with biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Nathan, but you did say this about yourself.
Yes.
That's true.
My question is, how locked in do we feel like these couples are at this point? Because I feel like I feel like at least 3 of them, I feel like are pretty locked in, are not gonna like switch things up.
So I say Emily and Marty for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that we heard Daniel say that Shaylin was his number 1. So I don't think Nicole's going to make any ground with Daniel. I think Shaylin and Daniel are going to be pretty solid. I
mean, I think-
actually don't think Brooke and Brett are solid at all. We did get to see like a preview.
Oh.
Brooke's going to be crying. Brooke will be
Yeah,
crying at some
so-
point.
Here's the theory. I think that Brett will choose Brooke next week, but after that, Brooke's head will turn, and it's going to be really hard for her, and that's going to make her upset.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's definitely happening. We're gonna get some new bombshells
Yeah.
on the deck.
Okay.
So
I think Elisa might regret picking Nate. Well, I mean,
You think?
definitely, yeah. Because next week, right, 2 new women are going to get on, and Nathan's going to be the picker. What are the chances that Nathan is going to pick Elisa if a woman with with junk in the trunk steps
Yeah.
on the boat?
yep. He can't lie. So he's
Can't
gonna
lie.
just have to go with
Yeah.
he has to speak his truth, okay?
Mhm.
And if the big butt presents itself, he has to follow it.
Mhm.
What
Sorry,
else is a man
Lisa.
to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see Jordan picking Elisa next week, though.
I think he just wants to stick around, probably.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
I think Nicole's gonna pursue Daniel, and I think Daniel's just gonna choose Shaylin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the Real Love Boat.
We did it.
Exciting. and new.
Yeah. So yeah, this was very fun to get to talk about with the both of you. Both of you are at the top of your game talking about the Real Love Boat. I had so much fun.
It was so good. This
Yes.
is a dream for me, honestly. Like it does not get better than this.
Yeah, this is
being
best
able to
case
talk
scenario.
about this caliber of television with the 2 of you. So
Mhm.
I'm chuffed to bits. Absolutely.
Okay. Kirsten, is there anything else that we missed from the Real Love Boat?
I just really want to emphasize that Michael's biggest fear is regret, and then he is now gonna have to live with the regret of not crashing that date.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna be
Mhm.
that's
That was-
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was foreshadowing. He should have tapped into old toxic Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic Michael.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm sure he'll meet up with Elisa at a different port when she gets dumped by Nathan for someone with a big booty.
Oh my God.
With big booty Judy.
Big booty
Not
Judy.
Big Booty
Not big booty.
Judy.
All right. So would love to hear what you all thought about our coverage. I mean, this was pretty we had 200 people live for our Real Love Boat recap here streaming on Thursday night. I don't think we'll be able to do live recaps of the Real Love Boat, but what should we give out a hashtag? We haven't done that in a minute. What do we want?
Hashtag big booty Judy.
Big booty
Yeah, it
Judy?
has to be Big Booty
Okay.
Judy.
Big booty Judy.
If you made it to the end of this podcast, the hashtag is big booty.
Big booty Judy. Are we want any iTunes comments?
Well, we
Apple
always
Pod-
want iTunes comments. Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay. All right. Leave us your
Get the cruise emoji in it, maybe.
yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know on Twitter, Big Booty Judy. Okay, maybe should somebody make a Twitter account for Big Booty Judy? It probably exists.
Definitely.
Come on.
I think so.
She's cleaning up on OnlyFans, Big Booty Judy.
Yes. Nathan
Okay.
pays a lot of money to her each month.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So is this a true? Is this true? Okay. This is from somebody in the chat. Is Paytar Butler says, wild surprise. Michael is Nanny from the Challenges
Nani.
X, and Nani from the Challenges X, and Teresa also from the Challenges brother.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That is however many degrees of separate. It's like
Wow.
multiple 1 degrees.
Allegedly.
But
Okay. And Sam Moore in the chat says, I do believe that's true.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm
Mhm.
sure he will meet somebody through these people.
Well, now
Mhm.
I'm
At some party.
sad because I would want more from him now.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
know. Well, this Jerry was heartbroken to lose this man on the first
Mhm.
week.
He almost
like,
lost his job over it.
for Nathan. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
maybe-
gonna be upset about
Nathan
this.
for who is what
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
asking.
And I love baseball players. It's my toxic trait, baby, but not this one. Okay, not this man.
That is a toxic trait.
It is. Listen, I have a
The only-
history with baseball.
The only
players.
thing
It's
worse
not
is
good.
hockey players.
Yeah, it's not good. It's always pitchers too. So anyway,
Mhm.
stay
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Many have ruined me as well, Jenny.
See, you understand. Just don't. Just stay
Mhm.
away.
Like Tom Glavine. Yeah. All right. Anything else, or should we start to bring this ship into the dock?
We got to shove off.
Shove off. Okay. All right. Kirsten, what's coming up for you these days?
So every week talking pop culture, celeb gossip, trending topics with Sasha Joseph over on the Mess Magnets.
Mhm.
This week's episode is delayed, but it's coming very soon. Don't worry, everybody. And then just follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What, including twitch.tv/Kirsten Said What.
Mhm. All right. Great job here tonight. This was so fun to go
Thank you,
through
Rob.
everything. Real Love Boat with you. Jenny, what's coming up for you?
Honestly, just excited to see where this boat goes next. And if you have not checked out, we already mentioned it earlier, our interview with Logan Crosby from
Yeah.
Claim to Fame.
Is
I
that
think
only this week?
it was Tuesday.
Oh
I
my
think.
God.
I know it's been a week,
Only been
Rob.
2 days.
It's been
Mhm.
2 days. Was that
Hmm.
Tuesday or was it Monday? Honestly, I
think it was
no,
Monday.
It was Monday. It was
We did
Monday.
the slop Tuesday. Sorry,
Oh my God.
Rob, we've been spending so much time together these days.
This is my 5th podcast today. Okay.
Yeah,
I love the
There's only
Jenny
one with
supremacy.
me.
Yes.
But we've done 3 together this week. So anyway, we did a postseason slop, you, me, and Puya. So if you're a patron of Rob Has a Podcast, you can check that out. That was a fun, silly time as usual. And yeah, I'm hoping that there will be more Claim to Fame postseason coverage.
Mhm.
Maybe something will work out. I would like that. But other than that, just living life. Follow me on social media at Jenny Autumn. That's it.
Okay. Well, this was so fun to get together with you both to talk about the real Love Boat. I mean, Jenny, what a year we've had in 2022.
I can't believe this is where we're at. It's been a ride.
The
It's
fourth show we're recapping in 2022. If
Yeah.
people like it, I don't want to get too
yeah, we shouldn't.
too crazy.
They're
shouldn't
gonna
get
like
too
it. Come
Mhm.
on.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you do, let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they don't like it, I'm gonna take it personally. Like, wow,
Right.
everyone loves every show that Rob and Jenny do. Kirsten comes in and then wow. Phew.
Sure.
Listen, if you don't like this show and you liked Beyond the Edge more, I just want to talk.
Yeah.
We made
I actually
a
don't wanna
podcast
talk
about
about
that
Kristen.
show.
What is
We-
wrong with you?
We made a meal out of that, okay? So listen,
Mamma
I think that we
mia.
can.
Hey, move over, Mamma Mia. It's
Yeah, I
Knock Me
do
Out,
think,
Daddy
though,
O season.
That yes, Jenny, I do think that Martin the Butler would fit in really great with this.
I'm
we don't have
saying,
anybody
like-
from housekeeping.
We need him there because I think that he has great advice as well. He would be a perfect addition to this crew. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Aaron in the chat, Judy is Judy.
Yes.
For
Also,
big booty Judy.
yes, and I think we'll also need to come up with what's the name of the fans of the Real Love Boat recap?
Wow.
Ooh.
The
So it's something to think
shippers.
about. Something to think
shippers?
about for next week. If
Okay,
we
we can
back.
workshop it. We can
Yes.
workshop it, whatever you
Yes.
want.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. But by the way, yeah, check out the other 4 podcasts that I did today. One of which you will hear at some point tomorrow. We have a one that's dropping sometime tomorrow morning. Okay. A little clue as to something that's coming up.
Wow.
Thank you so much for listening. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.